Hey, what's up guys, Benzo Figures here, and today we are going to be looking at the Berserker Armored Guts figure by SH Figuarts. Let's begin. So when SH Figuarts first announced that they were making Berserk figures, I was super excited about it. I couldn't think of a better company to handle Berserk figures. Like, I have the old Berserker Armored Guts figure by Figma, and I don't think it ages too well, to be honest. So with the release of this figure, I'm hoping to finally have a great Guts figure. But word of mouth is that this figure isn't too good, which makes me a little nervous, to be honest. But that being said, I still have hope that this will be pretty good, so. But before we get into the unboxing, first impressions on the packaging is that it's really nice. Like, the artwork from Yuri looks really nice. Yeah, the box is pretty cool. Not gonna lie, I didn't expect the box to be ginormous. And I'm guessing it's because of the Dragon Slayer sword right here. So that being said, let's get into it and let's get this figure unboxed. Guts comes with a behelit, a knife, which pegs into the belt right over here. A massive, thick, heavy heap of iron. Also comes with, what is that? Cannon handle? I'm not sure. Gritting teeth, a screaming face, 2 left hands, 2 right hands, a crossbow, and a cannon arm. But yeah, comes with a large array of accessories. So this is Guts outside the package, and I gotta say, aesthetically, the figure is really cool. I do understand the complaints about the proportions though. Like, him being really lanky, I don't personally mind it myself, but yeah, I think you could just move his shoulders further up. And yeah, it doesn't look as bad, but I get it. His hands right here aren't supposed to be almost touching his knees, and he is pretty lanky. I personally don't think it looks too bad, but yeah, I'm starting to see the criticism. That being said, I actually do really like the sculpt of the figure. Yeah, he looks phenomenal. Appearance-wise, yeah, I really like the way it looks here. There's a lot going for it. There's dry brushing on the armor pieces. The head sculpt is definitely the highlight of the figure. And yeah, there's paint throughout the figure. But yeah, here he is front facing. His side profile. Here's his back. Here's his other side. And back to the front. And let's take a close look at Guts. So yeah, the head sculpt is done really well. Like I said, the highlight of the figure is surprisingly how well this is made. And even though anyone could barely see this, the detailing on the mark is incredible. They didn't have to put all the details to it, but I do appreciate it. So let's pop off his face and put this one on. And here's his screaming face, and yeah, this is also super detailed as well. And this one as well. Yeah, all 3 of these look incredible. He also comes with his behelit. It's well sculpted, and to be honest, I don't know if he could hold this, but I guess it's a nice little extra accessory to have. So for the rest of the accessories, let's look here. The aesthetic of the cape is really cool. The detailing on the cape looks exactly how it's drawn in the manga, so it has this really stylized, weathered look to it. But one thing I do have to say, this thing protruding, this veiny thing protruding, doesn't look good at all. I get it's to make the cape bendy, but I wish it just didn't show as much. I also kind of wish that the cape's pattern was drawn on more. But I mean, it's still there, but I wish that the ends were a little bit more pronounced. So yeah, that's the cape. Up next, the Dragon Slayer itself looks awesome. The design is clean. And yeah, this is cool. He comes with this crossbow arm, and it's really nice. Let's see, just pop that off. And attach that. And yeah, there you go. He's got that crossbow arm. Pretty easy to attach. And this thing moves up and down too, so... He also has his cannon arm, which is also really cool. Surprised this doesn't move up and down, but yeah, that's cool. A little tight, but yeah. Let's see how he looks with the cape on. That's a nice look, but to be honest, I'll probably have him without the cape, but yep. So this figure stands at about 3 1/3 inches tall, which is pretty accurate to the 1/12 scaling. In the manga, he's either like 6'3" or 6'8". So yeah, let's check out his articulation. He can look this far up and this far down. Here, let's get this off. About this far up. About this far down. So decent range on the head. And let's see here. Not quite a T-pose, but yeah. He could bend his arm about 45 degrees. He could kick this far forward. Double hinge on here so he could bend it pretty far. He's got an ankle rocker and toe hinge, which is a pretty nice surprise. I want to say he has some range on this, but not too much because of the sculpt, but he can still move. Posing this figure is pretty fun, but it does have its issues. Like this right here, this doesn't look good at all. Like, where is his armpits? And especially if you're trying to pose him with a Dragon Slayer, like if he has his arms up like this doesn't look good at all. I'm really surprised that they went with that. I don't know why they didn't just give him armpits. So yeah, that's weird. Like, let's look at another SH Figuarts. Like, if you look at Broly here, he has an armpit and gave it a hinge. I don't know why they gave him this Rebel Tech looking arms. This here still gets a lot of range, so that does suck, but yeah, whatever. You really have to play around with the figure just to hide the joints, which is a bit unfortunate. Like, I get it, there's a lot of floating pieces here, but this should have been attached to this just to hide it better. That sucks, but it doesn't completely ruin the figure for me. It's just pretty inconvenient while posing and stuff. So yeah, let's compare him to some other figure lines. Here's Guts with some other SH figure arts. And here he is with some Figmas. Here he is with some Bring Arts figures. Next with a NECA Zombie and Demon. Next with some Marvel Legends. Before getting to my final thoughts on this, it took me a while to set up this shot just because the hand kept popping out of the wrist hinge. I've heard other people talk about this, but yeah, it's not a QC issue, it's a design issue itself, and that's a pretty big problem. Despite all that, this figure is not as terrible as people make it out to be. The head sculpts are a 10 out of 10. The accessories is everything Guts should have in a figure. And a lot of people might not agree with this, but I do think that the overall look and aesthetic is great. But that being said, a lot of complaints about this figure are warranted though. Like, the arm joints sticking out are bad. The ball hinge not being able to consistently support Guts wielding the sword is also really bad. A lot of these complaints are valid, and when I first heard that SH Figuarts were making Berserk figures, I was super excited, and I think a lot of disappointment comes from the figure feeling more like an updated Figma release, rather than it feeling like an SH Figuarts take on a Berserk line. So guys, let me know your thoughts on this figure, and leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.